guys, welcome back. It is first thing on Monday morning for me. I feel like I can still hear it in my voice. I just woke up and I thought we could spend the day together today and I could share with you my winter wellness hacks, tips, habits that I'm trying to do every day as often as possible as things start to get much darker, much cozier. It's a very realistic Monday for me today where everything's feeling very Christmassy, very cozy. I don't really want to do anything. I'm already dressed for the gym. I really don't want to go. I woke up like, oh, maybe I should just skip it today. But I really try and not skip a Monday. And I think this is exactly the time of year. Like this morning was the perfect example of a day where I can just so easily make excuses and not do the things that I know make me feel good and make me perform at my best. And I know that if I do what I was going to do today, if I skip it lots of days in a row, then that's what leads to my mental health dipping at this time of year. So I've picked up the camera so you can help motivate me actually do all these things. But I have been pretty good so far. I know we're not in the depths of winter yet, but for the last few months, I probably say since September, I've been doing all of these things pretty much every day. And I feel like they've made a huge difference to how I'm feeling and how I'm thinking. At this time of year, I might even, I'll see how vulnerable I get later, but I might even share a journal entry that I wrote. I don't know exactly when in November, but I wrote it in November, this time last year. And oh my gosh, my mental health, I was crashing out this time last year. And this year I feel good. So I really feel like they're working. I want to keep it up. And I really feel like they are all low effort, big impact, which is exactly the type of wellness hack. I don't want strict routines taking over my life. I just want little things I can do every day to make me feel good. And I feel like I found a few habits that are really working for me. Anyway, this is me procrastinating now, actually going to the gym. But I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm definitely not going to the gym every day, but I am going a lot more frequently at this time of year because I'm kind of swapping a nice morning walk outside in the sunshine. When it's cold and grey and miserable, I'd rather just go to a nice warm gym and be inside and do some movement and exercise and then come home and just stay inside. So that's what we're gonna go do now. Stop procrastinating, Ellen. Let's spend the day together. I have been doing this LED mask now every single day for I'd probably say a month. And then before that I was doing it I probably have been trying to do it since September, but not that consistently. And then I basically decided, I think with an LED mask, I know that lots of them come with different strengths, they're not all made equal. And some of them are not as good as others. I think the Current Body one, which is the one that I've got, they recommend that you use it, I think it's 3 to 5 times a week. I looked it up and there's no negatives to doing it more than that. You just won't necessarily see, I don't think you don't get substantially better benefits. But I think I've just decided that as a person, I'm better if I just do it every day. And then doing it something 3 times a week, I find is a really difficult number of times to do something a week because you're actually doing it less times in the week than you're not doing it. And I find that hard to then stick to something. So I've just been doing it every day and I swear my skin is so, I think my skin is doing so much better. Right now is the worst my skin has been in a while, and that's because my period is due really very soon. And so I've got a couple of hormonal breakouts. But I have to say I've been really loving doing it, especially kind of combo habit stacking it with planning out my day. I sit down at my laptop with my juice, which I love my greens. I know I literally mention them all the time, but for anyone that doesn't know, I use the Shreddy Super Greens. If they ever want to work with me, I literally drink this every single day. I'm obsessed. And so because I already do this every single day, I look forward to having this. And this is basically all my supplements in one. I do take some supplements on top of this, but broadly speaking, this is just I know I've got a good dose of stuff in this. Because I take this every single day, anything I can boot, what's the word? Anything I can, I want to say bolster onto, but that doesn't feel right. Anything I can tack onto this habit and habit stack it is going going to be more successful. So now I drink this at the same time that I do my LED, and the LED lasts, I can't remember if it's 8 minutes or 10 minutes, but after 8 or 10 minutes, it just turns off, which is such a perfect amount of time for me to basically sit down, review my day, and then just like make any changes or notes. I mean, why I'm putting on sun cream today. Again, I try and wear SPF 50 every day, but it is so dark right now and it's the morning. I can feel it. Today is gonna be one of those days where it just never really gets properly light. It's just grim all day, but whatever, it's happening. We're in the habit of doing Fact 50 every day, so apparently we're doing it. But anyway, if we're talking like winter wellness, I think components of a morning routine and components of an evening routine, like that's where my main focus lies, or that's where I see like the biggest difference to my overall like days. And then I also think that just doing stuff in the morning and evenings are then nice, kind of easy to follow buckets of time to mean that I'm being kind of productive or like working on myself or looking after myself, and then kind of whatever happens in the day gets bookended. I just think, we already know I'm like a routines advocate. I just think to bookend your days nicely just helps reset you, whether it's like a morning or evening reset. But during the festive season, I do find like a routine actually quite hard. So I try and simplify it. In a lot of ways, it's still kind of a routine, but it's not a routine. It's more just a few habits that I do in the morning and a few habits I do in the evening. So for me, my morning routine, my winter morning routine for like the next like month or so over festive season is successful in my mind if I've literally done 4 things, which are morning movement of any description, greens juice, LED mask, plan my day or like review my day before I dive straight into it, like just sit down for 10 minutes before I get cracking with everything and just go through it. If I do those 4 things, like that's a routine, even though whenever I wake up could change, like what I eat for breakfast could change. Like if I want like a pancakey festive-y breakfast that's like full of sugar and no nutrition, then whatever. So honestly, I really recommend if you're someone that struggles with this kind of stuff, just like having some structure or mental health or routines or like wellness, whatever you want to call it during the winter, then maybe try just having a couple of habits rather than like putting the pressure on yourself to have like a really good routine. I kind of save routines for January. I think this time of year is just pure chaos, to be honest. And I kind of want to just like enjoy and live in the madness without feeling just like any kind of negative way. But these things help me keep on track. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish my makeup. Yeah, this weather today is really seriously very uninspiring and quite depressing. Today's one of those days that it's gonna take all I've got. It's gonna take all I've got to romanticize today. But we can do it. Living through English winters makes warriors of us all. We're made of tougher stuff. Right, I'm gonna finish my very speedy 10-minute makeup. I'll catch up with you in a little bit. My next winter wellness like tip, trick, hack, whatever we're calling these, and probably the biggest one out of all of them is to start a hobby during the winter. Like 'tis hobby season, 'tis creativity season. I think if you start something new that you want to really like hone and practice and get good at over the like colder, darker winter months, especially if you're somewhere where the weather isn't great, then like something homebody related that you can do from within your house. I think it's such a good use of like your brain power, escapism, personal development, like just all the really good things. Now really is the perfect time for it. And you already know that the hobby that I've started this winter is crocheting, and I've become like completely obsessed. Not to keep gushing about it too much, but just learning a new hobby is so fulfilling. Like I can't tell you how accomplished I feel every time I make a new one of these little squares. It's so like, I don't know, confident. It just makes me feel great. It's so confidence boosting to learn something new. And I really got into my crochet groove and learned how to do it properly through taking classes on Skillshare, who I am working with again on today's video. If you've never heard of Skillshare before, then Skillshare is a platform that has creative classes for literally everyone, whether you're just a hobbyist and want to try something new this winter like me, or if you're a creative professional and you really want to like level up your career, or to be honest, anyone in between, Skillshare has a class for you. The classes are all taught by world-class professionals, whether that's like professional illustrators, renowned designers, like successful creative entrepreneurs. You are getting taught by the best of the best. One of my favorite things about Skillshare is that it's properly structured. You can get feedback from peers and from teachers, but you can also really take it at your own pace, and you can dip into the classes like when you want to and slow things down and re-watch them. So you really can dip into learning something new like whenever suits you and whenever suits your schedule. And like I said, if you've watched almost any of my videos so far this autumn, then you know I'm on my crochet hype. Next on my my list is to learn how to actually put these together. So that's what I'm gonna spend the next like hour or two doing. I've got some time now to like make a cup of tea, get cozy, and just settle down and buckle in, because I have been finding it so therapeutic and just honestly like lovely and cozy and enjoyable in the evening pretty much every day to just like settle down and just dive into my hobbies. And I have made now so many granny squares because I've been avoiding, I'm probably not avoiding, but I haven't moved on to actually putting them all together, and I need to just stop making the squares now because it's time to actually turn this into a blanket. So I'm gonna get going watching the next class, and then I'll come back to you in a bit and hopefully show you that I've put at least 2. Like I'd love to just connect 2. That will feel like a win. Anyway, I'm now gonna go lock in, get cracking. If you think you might also wanna try Skillshare and start a new creative hobby this winter, then they have such a good offer on at the moment. The first 500 people to use my link in the description box or scan the QR code that I'll pop on screen will get a 30-day free trial. Okay, let's see. I'm so ready. I'm so ready to turn these granny squares into a blanket. That was so easy. What? I'm gonna be making blankets on blankets. I probably need to challenge myself and like mix it up. Like people make clothes and everything. Look, it was 2 granny squares. I mean, it's not very neat, okay? I know I need to like cut bits off, but I'm so paranoid that I'm gonna need, I don't know, I'm like too scared to like trim things short and like weave it in yet. I'm gonna do that in a minute, so like forgive the mess. Wait, let me make sure it's focused. Look at this. This is where they're joined. And I'm sure seasoned crocheters will say that that's probably not great, but as a first attempt, I'm pretty happy with that. I've also used like my 2 worst squares to do my first trial and attempt. Oh, I love it, I'm obsessed. What a good thing to do on a very miserable grey day. I'm gonna chill, add some more granny squares together, and then I am taking liberties with my morning at this point, and I need to crack on with some work. So I'll catch up with you in a bit. But this is so fun, and thank you again to Skillshare for working with me on this part of the video. Why does my camera keep doing this at the moment? As soon as I turn it on, it zooms all the way into my face. No. Okay, several hours later, I've done so much editing. I need to like get up. I need to stand up. We are in the thick of the Bookmas edits, and I feel like my eyes are starting to go to look square. And this is a total tangent from the point of this video, but this is my favorite part of the day in the winter. So maybe this is not. Maybe this is like a wellness hack, guys. Get yourself some like smart lights, smart fittings. It is so early for me to be turning this. Okay, it's not that early. It's 4 o'clock, and this is not capturing how dark it is in here. This is my favorite part of the day. Okay. Hey Google, turn on the lights.
All right.
Oh.
3 lights on.
And all of a sudden, everything is cozy. Like everything is cozy now. The whole atmosphere in this room has changed. My emotional energy has shifted. The cozy lights are on. Look, see, the little gnomes are now lit up, and I just have to ask Google to do it for me. In fact, you know what? I'm making this a wellness hack. I'm making this a wellness hack. Get your smart, whether it's like Alexa or Google or whoever, linked up to your lamps. So it's just the lamps. It's just the cozy lighting. The overhead lighting, obviously, we don't like that anyway, and that's not linked up to anything. So when you want just the cozy lights to turn on, we have this lamp that turns on, and then we have the 2 over here. The one that like lights up the painting and the Christmas tree and the little houses, and then the one in this corner. This one will move once we get the Christmas tree, because obviously this is still all of like the Christmas tree mess until we sort that out. But yeah, that has boosted my mood in a major way. In fact, let's also, whilst we're here, battery powered fairy lights. If I could make these also come on at the same time, I would, but I think that's beyond the realms of technology, because it's just a little battery pack. Okay, I'm gonna make myself a little drink, and I'm gonna get in some movement. So let me sit you down so I can tell you about my next big hack. Let me show you. Can you hear that? The little crispy, the bubbles. I don't know how well you can hear it when you first like crack a little drink. Ooh. Okay, so it goes without saying that I like absolutely do advocate for going outside, like getting outside, getting in the fresh air. That is first choice. That's always going to be first choice. If you want to do any movement, if you want to just like help your brain, go outside. However, sometimes we just don't want to. Sometimes we just don't want to go outside because outside is freezing cold and pouring with rain and windy and miserable. And those are the times when you feel the most kind of like cabin fevery, or I don't know, you just start to feel a little bit stiff. This is a solution, okay? I have tucked under my little sofa a walking pad. Okay, I'm just gonna put you there so you can see the full vision. So I am hardcore committed. I'm in the middle, I don't know, I guess it's not really a challenge. I'm just committed at the moment to doing 10,000 steps a day. Every single day throughout winter. I might even bump it up in January, to be honest, to 15,000 steps a day. And for me personally, 10,000 steps a day is not easy. I guess people have different jobs. Some people it's like easier to fit in than others. Like for me, I feel it's like an actual challenge. I find 10,000 steps a day so hard to actually hit. And I think that is because I do just spend most of my time sat at a laptop editing. In the winter months, it is even harder. Bad weather, safety for women. If you live in an area that's not very well lit and you want to get your steps in, you just want to be cozy, comfy. Like there's so many reasons why going outside for a walk at this time of year, especially at this time of day, like this is the time of day when I need a break from work. We'll go back to it a little bit later, but for me it's like 4:30. I just need a little, like a stretch, a move. I need to just stop being hunched over, just get off my screen for a little bit. This is the time that I want to go for a walk, and like now, hell nah. Hell nah. It's raining. It's basically dark. It's like by the time I was on my walk, it would be fully dark. It's cold. It's windy. Just pass, like hard pass. But with a walking pad, the rules of the game have changed. Like the rules of the game have changed. I can now get my 10,000 steps in whilst watching TV. Can you picture it? Whilst watching TV, whilst listening to an audiobook, whilst calling a friend, whilst like, I don't know, you could be practicing a presentation you've got for work. You could be doing emails on your phone. Like there's so many different things you can be doing on your walking pad when you're in the safety and the comfort of your own home. When I first got it, I really wanted to suss whether it was something I would actually use or if I'd just use it once or twice and then I just never touch it again. I do think in the spring, summer, I'm not going to use it. Being outside is better than being inside on a walking pad. Like, of course it is, like fresh air and seeing nature and all those things. Spring, summer, I probably won't use it. But if you live in England or if you live anywhere that has similar weather to me, then you know that winter is like half the year. It's such a huge portion of the year that I just don't want to hibernate for that long. I just don't. I want to be able to keep on top of all the things that make me feel really good about spring, summer, in the autumn, winter. So I personally have decided after what we've done, like 2 and a bit months of trial, that a walking pad is 100% worth it. I'll obviously link the one that I've got. If you get a walking pad and not like a treadmill like this, you can actually go quite fast. Like you could run on this, but it doesn't feel totally stable. This isn't really for running. They're actually pretty like reasonably priced. I mean, I think a treadmill is like $1,000. Like a treadmill is super expensive and you can run and like change elevation, all those things. Like this doesn't do that, right? You can just walk on it. You can increase your speed. It tells you on the front like screen like how many steps you've done and how long you've been walking for. Mine also does, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this, but mine also does have like a stand thing, which I don't actually use, and you can pop this up and then you can like press all the buttons here. I actually just have the little remote that I just put in my pocket and then I can control it that way. But if you want to like have something to hold on to, you can. Or it has like a little flap, so if you want to like prop your phone up and like watch a YouTube video or like watch TV or whatever, you could. Look at me. This treadmill should sponsor me. The main time that I use it, I've already kind of said this, but the main time that I use it is at the end of the day, because I do some work towards my 10,000 step goal in the morning. Like, for example, today I walked on the treadmill for a little bit before I started my workout, but it was literally only like 5-10 minutes, so I have no idea how many steps I would have actually done today. And it's just so good that if you are in the middle of a step challenge, or if it's just always your goal to walk as much as possible in the day, it can get to like 8-9 p.m. and I can look at my steps and be like, oh no, I've still got like 500 steps left. I don't have to go outside. I don't have to brave these horrible temperatures and conditions. I can just come downstairs in my PJs, hop on the walking pad, complete my goal, and then I just feel good. Like it's just fun to do a challenge and complete the challenge and you know all that stuff. So let's have a look at how many steps I've done so far today, because I actually have no concept of what today has been like. Okay, we have some work to do. I've currently done 5,470 steps. So I've basically got another 5,000 to do. I'm only just over halfway. I've got some steps to get in. I'm gonna enjoy my little sparkly drink and then what to do. I'm loving the Buccaneers. I know I told you I started it. I'm loving it. It's not gonna be long before I finished everything that's out. I think I said in my last vlog that like, it was like a silly fun time. It gets quite dark. I think like 2 episodes after I said that, or 1 episode after, all of a sudden I was like, whoa, I hope I haven't just recommended something actually pretty dark by calling it a silly fun time. The first couple of episodes were a silly fun time and then it kind of gets a little bit dark. So it's not only fun and silly, the Buccaneers. Anyway, I could watch some of that, but I think I might save TV for a little bit later because I do want to do some more work. Maybe I'll audiobook. I'll get my book finished. I've only got about an hour left on my audiobook. I'm gonna drink my drink, listen to my audiobook, get my steps in. But yeah, if all my gushing didn't tell you already, highly recommend a walking pad. And the perfect way to kick off a nice cozy self-care-y kind of an evening. let's talk like food, nutrition. It's dinner time. This is not groundbreaking of a concept at all, and it makes me feel like a bit silly or a bit slow for like not, for kind of only just like really realizing it now. But I think sometimes people can tell you things and you can like properly realize them for yourself at different times. So I've realized at this point in my life how important it is to have a high protein diet. I feel like I've been really prioritizing like how do I max my protein on every single meal. I have been doing that for the last few months and it has made such a massive difference to how full I feel, how much energy I feel like I've got, to how like lethargic I feel, but like in all of the good ways. And truly there is no denying that in previous years, or most of my previous years, pretty much around like the middle of to the end of November through to the 1st of January, my diet consists of mostly red wine and chocolate. And that really is no exaggeration. I really take the whole, no one needs to tell me twice to get cozy and hibernate and hunker down with. And absolutely, I'm still going to be consuming those things. You'd have to pry red wine and chocolate out of my cold dead hands. I'm not giving that stuff up for nothing and nobody. Add a cheese board to that list. But I do think that maybe existing on such a significant lack of nutritional value and benefits will have inevitably contributed in previous years. Can you tell that I've got a bit of trauma about how bad I felt last year? I do think that will have contributed to me in previous years having like a bit of a crash, not feeling my best, and just feeling generally like fatigued, anxious, like giving yourself these huge like spikes of blood sugar and then crashing out the other side. Also, I've been in such bad habits on previous years where, because I'm not really like a big drinker, but I do like a glass of wine, and I'll get into bad habits, or I do in the winter specifically, get into bad habits of like pouring a glass of wine. Like honestly, I remember the year my mental health was the worst when I actually ended up like getting help for it. It was like 2021. And I came out the other side of winter and I realized that I think I had a glass of red wine every day. I'd never have more than a glass, but I probably had one every single day. And like that, just like constantly being in your system, and like alcohol is a depressant. So just like having that constant in your system, just no good. So I'm trying to eliminate my desire to be super snacky for sugary things, because there's such an abundance of it this time of year, and I want to be really considered about like when I'm enjoying stuff that is like just pure sugar and deliciousness, and when I'm actually fueling my body with the good stuff. And again, it makes me feel dumb for saying it now, but protein, it's crazy how I've upped the protein content in my meals, and like that sugar craving has just like gone way down, and it now feels like I can enjoy all that stuff because like I really want it, as opposed to almost like needing it. I don't know if anyone relates to that, but I get to a point where I'm like, I need some kind of sugar that basically doesn't have anything else in it. Anyway, so we're gonna make some dinner. This is a fave dinner of mine that I've been having at the moment that I've got on a pretty heavy rotation, and it's basically like fish tacos. Come January, we're doing a huge pantry clear out and refresh. I hope you're ready for that. Fish tacos, this is the taco brand. I know some of you guys have asked before, like these are little tacos that we use. How many have we got left? Okay, we've got 3 left, that's fine. 3 is perfect. And then I'm gonna do a mix of, I've got these little, basically they're fancy fish fingers. Well, I think they don't even know they're fancy fish fingers. I've got some fish fingers in here, and then I've also got, this was a bit naughty of me. Normally I would just make these myself, but I bought like the pre-made like deli. These ones are so delicious. The garlic, lemon, and parsley king prawns from M&S. It's really easy to just make these yourself, but if you're feeling lazy and you just want something grab and go, these are also so good for like grab and go, putting in like lunch food. Yum. So I think I'm gonna do a combo. I guess I don't have that many prawns left, so maybe I'll do 2 cod fish tacos and then 1 prawn fish taco. So that's the plan for dinner. Super easy, super quick. I'm literally gonna stick the fish fingers in the air fryer. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. But I'm gonna stick them in the air fryer so they're even faster. Load the tacos up with some salad. Yum! Let's make some dinner. The most basic thing ever, but it tastes so good. A bit of like key pie mayo, of course, some chili crisp. I get through so many jars of this stuff. I am beyond addicted. Not the cutest looking thing, but so good. I'm telling you, this slaps so hard. I feel like this cod could be very hot. Honestly, I'm such a fixation food person. Oh, I forgot my little sprinkle of spring onions. Quick sprinkle. Me, the thing I love about food, or like making any kind of food, it's getting the balance right. I just think cooking is just literally all about balance. It's such a delicate act of, I've got the crispy from like the battered fish, and then I've got like the freshness and the crunch from the salady bits. I've got the creaminess from the avo and the mayo, and then I've got the chili. Oh, it could do with some lime. It needs a zing. Squeeze some lime onto this. Oh my gosh, this lime is not giving me. Okay, let's go again. That's it. I just needed that little hit of lime. It's straight up perfect. Perfection. Okay, I'm gonna go sit down and stop eating standing up like a savage. I wish I had more tacos left in the packet because I could eat a billion of these. Okay, finally heading for probably my favorite part of my whole day. I'm gonna go put my mint tea down, get all my skincare done, and then I'll tell you about my little mini evening routine that I'm doing over the festive season that I am loving right now. Honestly, it's got to be one of the most elite feelings. Fresh out the shower, fresh PJs, mint tea, phone is away, everything just feels very clean. I love it. So in a similar way to my morning routine, having 4 habits that I want to do each morning, I've kind of got the same thing for my evening routine. I've got 4 things again. I don't know why 4 is such a random number. It probably would be neater to round it out to 5, but these are just the 4 things that make a lot of sense to me. So the first one honestly barely needs mentioning. It's my mint tea. For anyone that's been around here for a minute, you just know that I have this every single night before bed without fail. It's the thing that slows me down, that I know is like my one piece of self-care for the day. That is just great. I just love it. So obviously got my mint tea. My second one is slow skincare, like giving myself permission when these nights are so long to be able to just chill when I do my skincare. And it's also my last time that I allow myself my phone. So when I'm doing my skincare, when I'm having my shower before bed, that's when I'll let myself, I'll either suck at the thing on while I'm doing my skincare, brushing my teeth, whatever, and watch YouTube or scroll, whatever it is. That's like my final dose of my phone. And I'm really enjoying comboing those things together because, let's be honest, our phones are fun, but there is something about this time of year which kind of moves me on to the third one, which is no phone after 8 p.m. or it's no phone once I finish my skincare. My phone doesn't come to bed with me anymore, which I'm trying to make coming up to bed at 8. Early bed times it just works. It just works for me. There is something about winter, especially this festive season. I don't know what it is, but I get so sucked into the scroll way more than I do in spring, summer. There is something about the winter doom scroll that just hits extra hard. I think it's because the evening starts so early and there's no real distinction between day and night almost, because the day is not over at 4 o'clock just because it's dark at 4 o'clock. Somehow my brain, I don't know, I just end up on my phone way more. I end up scrolling so much more. And over the last few weeks, I've actually noticed myself getting really bad with how much I'm scrolling. So I've decided now, phone is not in the bedroom during winter, which I do find quite hard. I do want it here, I have to say, but I'm plugging it in on charge in the office, in the study, and I can just go get it in the morning, and then I've got it for when I brush my teeth, whatever. I have then no rules in the morning. I can just go on it straight away if I want to, but I have to get out of bed to go do it because I'm finding that in bed, both first thing in the morning and when I'm going to sleep, that's when I'm just getting sucked in and time is just passing me by. So mint tea, slow skincare, no phone, in bed, and then the fourth one should come come as no surprise to literally anyone, is to read in bed. I'm needing to replace my scroll with reading, and it's crazy how much less I've been reading because I've been scrolling so much more. So this is me reclaiming my hobby back as part of my evening routine, and the final one is just getting in at least half an hour of reading before bed. I know that it's what sets me up best for a good night's sleep. It relaxes me, it stops me thinking about work, it stops me thinking about just any of life's stresses. I just get to get lost in someone else's world, worry about someone else's problems instead of my own, and just chill and have a good time. And that is it. Those are the last of my winter wellness hacks that I have been loving lately, and I think have been making a really big difference to my days. And again, just going back to what I was saying about the evening ones in particular, I do think it is so worth it at this time of year to check in with yourself, to do a bit of a review of how you're spending your longer nights, because the time just can really run away with you, or that's what I've been experiencing. The time runs away with you, you don't spend it wisely, and actually just doing a check to really make the most of and like romanticize these like cozy longer evenings rather than let them be a bit of a like vacant pit in your day because it's such a large portion of it. Anyway, that is it. I hope you found this video useful. I know it's a little bit different from like all the cozy festive content. I mean, I don't know, I'm still feeling pretty festive right now, to be honest. I feel like all of these things are really getting me in my cozy winter vibe, which I'm really enjoying. Next week's vlog will be us going and choosing our tree and decorating our tree, and I can't wait. And hopefully also doing some Christmas baking. We've got the Christmas party prep coming up. I'm so excited for the Christmas party this year. It's going to be so good. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you have such a lovely week, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.